Well, hello. Hello. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone had a great week and I hope your weekend is going fairly well. I tell you, between the StreamYard and Google, uh-oh, hang on. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about that. I forgot to change my status because as soon as I went live, of course, here come the notifications, so I had to cut that off. So I hope everybody's doing well. Girl, between StreamYard and Google, I don't know which one is the fool, but now I'm streaming at 720 instead of a better streaming period, but that's okay. I am having a little glass of wine, nothing major, nothing big, but I'm doing a little bit of laundry. I'm in motion, getting some stuff ready for the end of the afternoon, and then I'll have to do my hair. But listen, so I haven't been on top of things. Hey JB, what's up, baby? Hey mama, I'm over here doing these clothes, girl. Some said turn around. so I haven't been up to speed with everything that's going on, but I figured you guys had, and I was counting on you coming through and giving me an update. So here's the tea. The DL Whisperer, girl, child, Lord have mercy. So now I have been hearing the people talk about how he was arrested for, I want to say they said it was harassment or something of that nature, and he was locked up. He had been harassing Maddie and friends and stalking her. Now, I did hear the video the other day that somebody played, and apparently, this man took drastic measures to track down one of Maddie's homes. Now, I don't know why anybody would want to do that. They should have remembered what happened last time somebody was so tickled that they wanted to go to her house. And they should also remember, for those that was trying to do the thugged out drive by, they should remember them jeeps that was out in front of her house a couple of years back. But if you don't remember, that's okay. Keep trying your luck. Some people are not satisfied until they really have it bad. But why is the man stalking her is what I want to know. What's going on, Aunt? What's going on, baby? Handle your business. You'll be in trouble waiting on me. Hey, Anthony Boss King. I'm in here throwing some clothes in the laundry. Then I'll be headed out to take care of some other things. But I wanted to talk to y'all for a bit. Hang on. Cold. Off. Go. So, what I want to know that I guess I've missed out on, and because I have been trying very well to keep my peace through everything that my family is going through right now, it's just some things I don't dig into because I never know what I might, have to swim through, trudge through, whatever. But why was the DL Whisperer hunting down Maddie's house? Now, I know once upon a time, not long ago, somebody sent me some few little clips. They was Instagram clips. And he was talking he was popping his ish, as the kids say. But out of the few little clips that I listened to, I never heard when Maddie did anything, said anything about him. I don't know what happened. So I guess I'm hoping somebody can tell me, girl, what had happened? Other than him getting locked up for going to her house and doing whatever it was he thought was smart to do. I hear tell that there is a restraining order, 12-month restraining order against him, but that he's currently still locked up. So, by him being still locked up, Does that mean that he couldn't afford to bail out? Does that mean he didn't have anybody that could come and bail him out? What does that mean? Because I also remember seeing him on Tasha K's platform. Now, it was not a video that I watched from start to finish because I was at work. I didn't try to re listen to it when I got off from work because I really didn't care. But I will say this in the back of my mind, with the little bit that I had listened to, I felt like Homeboy wanted the D and he was cut off from it, or that he was too scared to ask for it. Because when I listened to his name, apparently he's somebody that outs the DL boys, right? The men that he spends time with, but they don't want nobody to know that they like it both ways. He turns around and put their business out. Am I understanding that correctly? What I don't understand is what business did he have to speak on Matter? Because everybody know Matter's still swinging, Mandingo style. We already know she ain't gonna never get rid of it. So I don't know what it was for him to speak on her about, but I guess whatever it was, it's closed down now because he is locked up. They won't let him out. Now I'm very, very interested because Maddie had told the kids a while back, leave her alone. She told them over and over and over. And we all know what she got behind the walls. See, she don't need the hood boys to pull up on her. She don't. She can protect herself. Don't ever get it twisted. And I share something else with you just for those that might not know or might not think that boo boo stink. If you ever see her by herself, don't ever get it twisted. Don't think because you look up and see her by herself that she's an easy mark. Never, baby. Never. So I also saw a video of Gary Coleman on Tasha K's platform, and it looked like they were uniting together and they were having a key. But it's interesting that Gary Coleman must ain't got enough going on in her life that she's still running around here talking about Maddie. I thought girlfriend had it going on. I thought she was over there playing with the Real Housewives and Andy Cohen and Bravo. I thought she was playing nice with the girls because she wanted a seat on the Housewives, even though word on the curb was she ain't never been a wife. But I thought that was her mission in life. I thought she was trying to get on the Housewives, and I thought she was happy having sleepovers and sleeping parties and PJ parties and taking trips with the girls. And what happened? Because I know once upon a time she was a moderator for Nene Leakes. What happened? Did her and Nene fall out? Or did she find out she was being a flunky and a puppet and she didn't know it? I mean, I'm just asking. At the end of the day, that man must have been stalking Maddie because she had something he wanted, and all I can think of is dang dang. I don't know. If y'all know, y'all tell me. I don't know what he wanted over there at her house so bad. Now, he done got locked up. Maddie has asked several people to leave her alone. And I was in somebody's chat the other day, and they were talking about the files, and they was talking about Jay-Z and some other men whose names I didn't recognize, but they probably on the hit list. And I was in the comments section, and lo and behold, one of her fans was in there, and they just had her name in their mouth, and they was just going and going and going. And I'm gonna say this, and then I want to move on to some funny tea. Y'all may think it's a joke when she tells you or tells people that they're not on her level. You may think it's funny because she has elevated, ascended so quickly. Trust and believe. I do not believe that she is mixed in with the people on the hit list. I do not believe that. I never will believe that. As the boy on the song said, you're going to have to show me. I'll never believe that. I believe that it was a genuine ascension. Um, I just because she was blessed to have a song or perform on one of Beyonce's songs. I don't know the appropriate way to say it, but however she got hooked up with Beyonce, I'm glad about it. It was definitely a step in the right direction, and as she said, her royalties is coming through, and she loved it. And she has a team of lawyers. I'm sure she have a team of detectives and private investigators and any and everything that she needs because she can afford it. Now I heard some news about a possible indictment or something going on with a house child. I don't know nothing about that, and I don't know nothing about whoever it is she was dealing with. I tried to listen to it. I had a lot of questions I didn't ask, therefore I don't have the answers, and it's okay. I'm not too messed up about that because the one thing that I know for a fact to be true is that the haters are gonna hate. Okay, anytime you start to go up the staircase, the haters gonna hate. They not gonna like it. They gonna try to bring you down. They gonna try to make you sabotage yourself. That's just a fact of the world. That's just how the world is. So the minute that she ended up on that song or connected with Beyonce, I'm sure that was devastating to quite a few singers, rappers, celebrities. I'm sure because see, here's the tea. Beyonce came in with a group of ladies to have a team, and she eventually ended up a solo act. And it has been a great thing for her, right? Um, Beyonce rubbed shoulders with quite a few of our favorites Rihanna, Nicki, and I can't really think of nobody else because those are two of my favorites. Um, we know that Maddie and Nikki are tight. Um, I believe Nikki's fallout with Bay had to do with Jay, and I believe if there was a fallout with Beyond with Bay and Rihanna, I believe probably Jay has something to do with that as well. Now understand, back during that time frame, Bay was a very, very jealous woman about her what you call it, her 304 husband. And she had all right to be. Because I'm sure it was only until after she married him that she discovered how big of a hoe he really was. But things ain't looking too good for them right now. And we all know that those two have been on the hit list for at least 5 to 6 years. Now, so much for that. But the DL whisper, when they let him go, I wonder what he gonna be whispering next. But if God can't speak to him, or if God is speaking to him and he can't hear God talking, then he will forever be whispering. But what he won't be whispering is anything to do with Maddie, because from the way I understand it, that's a wrap. Now let's get to, now that Anthony's here, I can get some answers for sure about Iran. So the notifications have been going off. I can't keep up. By the time I try to go to the underground and come back, it's something new. The people is saying on X, the people are saying that someone blowed up some oil over there on the Iran side, or the Tehran side. I think I'm getting them mixed up. I think it was Tehran. Somebody blew up some oil over there, so it's really going down. And then they started talking about the stocks and what to put your money on. And I ain't gonna lie, I put 10 on Palantir. I think that's how you pronounce it, Palantir. I did put 10 on it. Because, it took somebody to tell me that, oh, girl, you can invest $1 in stocks through Cash App. And, I was very hesitant when I heard that. And I don't be on Cash App enough to pay attention. So I didn't know, girl, those folks blowing up their own stuff. They probably are, JB. But I haven't been keeping up with the war because that's just devastation and depression to me. It was hurtful to hear about, you know, some of our people going on to glory and having to be preserved because they can't get them home. Hell, I even had somebody put out a tweet that said the world's biggest military hospital is closed down. Now, I had to go Google. Again, by the time I can leave and go do research and come back, it's a whole new topic. So I know that they're purposely, even though the war is a big distraction for us all, but then it kind of hit me, yeah, talking about that is definitely keeping the people uh, tuned in over there and not paying attention to other things. So when he said the world's biggest military hospital is closed down because the bodies keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming, well, duh, what do you think? But when I looked up the world's biggest military hospital, it's in Maryland, allegedly. I want to say the name is Walter Reed. That hospital is here in the States. So I guess my question for that, which looked like Ant might be gone, but my question for that is, if that's the biggest military hospital in the world, and that's here within the United States of America, where the bodies coming from that's showing up at Walter Reed? Because I know damn well they can't be, oh, the people that was over there fighting. Somebody help me make that make sense. Now, yes, I know that our military people, they can. Hmm, hang on, you know what I'm doing. Hang on, hang on, I'm on a mission. I know our military people can get back and forth where they need to go. But I know damn well they not having no Uber fly back and forth, dropping off, those people. If you understand what I'm saying, I gotta remember I gotta use my words easy, easy, easy. Uh Most of the people that are in the fight are people that are already over that way. You understand? So I got very confused, and in my confusion, as always, here we go. This is something. This is not a distraction. This is something else. Because how is a hospital in Maryland gonna be getting a lot of patients, right, in the morgue or wherever? Where would those people possibly be coming from? They ain't coming from Iran or Tehran. So where would those people be coming from? Where would those patients be coming from? So I know I probably have to call my sister to find out, and I will, because I would definitely want to know. But it's definitely some things for us to look at. I also saw a post where the people said that the other day, this was last week, while everybody was tuned in on the fight, they said that the Federal Reserve had unlocked the door and opened the door wide open to cryptocurrency. And I got to wondering, I'm reading what they posting, but I have to make it make sense so I can understand. And I'm wondering to myself, what does cryptocurrency have to do with the Federal Reserve? And then the pieces start to unravel, and it's like, okay, well, remember, they were talking about a changeover in money, right? We supposed to be changing to the rainbow currency or something to that effect, and then the people were saying how everything, the money was supposed to be changed to digital, and digital would be crypto. Hey, Sassy. Hey, baby, I'm good. How are you? I got laundry going on. I'm about to have some gas going on here in a minute, and then I'm going to do some hair. I cooked a big meal last night, so I've been kind of pinching off of it. But all is good. I'm just coming over here hang out with y'all while I do a little laundry and get a little update on what I've been missing out on. Um, so then I was trying to figure out, okay, so if the Federal Reserve has opened the door to crypto, does that mean that they're right now talking and going through the changes? And keep in mind, I'm talking to y'all today, and if I don't come back and talk to y'all tonight, then that means that I said something that the people didn't like. Hey, Silky Black, I said something that the people didn't like, and they probably done, did something to the channel, but I think I still have a few more that are available that I can talk to, or maybe I can put up a community post. I don't know. But so now I'm thinking, okay, so is this digital takeover? Is this going to happen while we're still over there fighting? Okay, good for you, Sassy. Good for you. Is that supposed to be happening while they over there fighting, or is that something that's supposed to transition once we bring our girls and boys home? I don't know. I have to go in the underground and hang out a little bit, and it is still very depressing in the underground, because y'all are just now starting to dig into the files. And if you remember, I came in and lost my whole channel trying to tell y'all about the files, trying to sneak and find a way to bring stuff to you. So everybody is deep into the files right now, but the underground is active. They're talking present day now because we spent 5 and 6 years talking about the files. Y'all just now getting them. So it's very interesting to see the people that are resigning from their jobs. And I don't know if they think quitting their jobs is going to keep them from getting caught up. It won't be. And I'll repeat again what I said the other day that some of you may or may not have heard. If I ask you a question, will you know the answer? Why are we fighting? Because I gave y'all the answer a few days ago. Has anybody heard them say why we really over there fighting? I will repeat to you again. It is my understanding that we basically want those tapes. We want those videos. We want all of the blackmail messages. We want all of the stuff that will help us to punish everybody on the political scene that is or was involved with trafficking, hurting adolescents, doing things that we did. The people that's been over there dealing with the boy that had the files. Let's just say it that way, because again, I got to be careful what I say. Uh, See, what a lot of people fail to remember as they're combing through these files is that all of the enforcement, our law enforcement, our federal people, our three-letter people, our F to the B to the I's and the C to the I's to the A's and the D to the A, all of the people with the power knew what these son of a biscuit eating bastards been doing for decades. They've been knowing, y'all. They've been knowing. They've been knowing. And the files are not the only place that the evidence is at. See, according to the files, back in 2000, somewhere between 2016 and 2019, and you can Google who was running the show back during that time, um, they made this bright decision. You know what? It's not good to put all your bones in one place. So we gonna send some bones over there and let them keep them hidden for us. That way we know ain't nobody gonna know where they at. Can't nobody get to them. Whoop whoop whoop. See, we never wanted to fight. I really believe that that never was anybody's intention. The intention has been to come in, get rid of all of the bad seeds, all of the people who have had ill intent against American citizens for a very long time. You had to get all your P's and Q's, I dot your I's and cross your T's. You had to have all your stuff in order if you're going to accuse them of doing something wrong. You need the evidence if you expect them to go to court and be dealt with based on what you say. Words won't cut it with a judge. A judge needs proof. So, and I'm sure the judge and many others probably done read or seen a lot of those files if they weren't even on the island themselves. But the reality of it is these files are not released and it's not enough. There's more evidence out there and we want it. You think that they went over, you think the military, the Mexican military went over there and got Incho by themselves? You thought we gave a damn about the cartel? We wanted the files. We wanted the documents. We wanted the evidence. And Ancho, the cartel man that is gone to glory, he had them. He had some of the evidence. Yes, sir. And if y'all haven't seen it, I believe it was like 17 congressmen, however many senators, billionaires, and all these different. We wanted the files. It's evidence. Now, where else did we go messing with people? Wasn't we over there in Venezuela? Now, I don't know if it was no files over there. I would presume it was something over there besides oil that we wanted. So we did what we always do, what they've been doing, whether they talk about it or not. Okay. So now on the camera shows that he talking about coming over here, making peace. Let's be friends. Why can't we be friends? Why can't no? That's what it was looking like in front of the camera. When the reality of it was, we really trying to be nice to you in front of the people, and we got to give you an ultimatum in front of the people because we done asked you twice to let us come over there and get that video, get that stuff. See, those files that y'all are just now reading as you go through them, because there are people that don't do nothing but just sit and comb through them files all day. If you go down in there and look, you will see how much was paid to Iran and Tehran and whatever for them to secure those videos and do all of the things. See, everywhere they were shipping off a lot of money to, apparently those people, that was pay for them. It wasn't us helping them. It wasn't us giving them military weapons and bullets and trucks and stuff. They was being paid to keep secrets, to hide secrets. And every time somebody do something, when I say somebody, I'm talking about the head dog in charge, right? Every head dog, when they come in for their 4 years and they do their thug thizzle, whatever they do is documented. If they hide something, if they move something, it's documented. If they take to somebody, if they make a grill, if they sign a deal, it's documented. So it's always a record of where something is or is not. And it seems like the only mission that is really being that we're really concerned with right now is getting all of the evidence so that everybody that has something to do with hurting a child, a human, a woman, a man, or whoever, they get their just desert. They need to get their day in court. And the only way to make sure they get their day in court is you got to present all of the evidence, which means you got to go all around the world and some and get your evidence together. The same way, if you decide that you want to, I don't know, do something different, you got to pay the piper. You got to see the piper for change. So, you know, it's unfortunate that you can't just come out and tell the people, but at the same time, it's unfortunate that, you know, we can't have the news or the correspondence or whatever to come out here and tell us. And I get it. It makes sense. You can't really talk about the plan because if you do, they'll start running. You know, they'll run away, they'll hide, they'll do all of the things. I am missing my ladder and I'm upset about it. Um, I don't know. Dwight Howard's wife. Hey, hey, Poetic Justice. Hey, Mama. Uh, Dwight Howard's wife. Baby, I listened to her, and the whole time she was talking, I can't even lie, I was thinking about Royce Reed. Cause I said, So when the lady got with Dwight, Royce was still fighting with Dwight. And Royce was talking and telling everything. Did she not believe that Royce was telling the truth? But now what's gonna happen to Mr. Howard? Now that all of his y'all, I'm up here in the top of the closet. I can't see the chat, so bear with me. Uh, what's gonna happen to Mr. Howard now that the kids done been took, the wife done put all this tea out on the street. Everybody know that didn't believe when Royce was telling it. What does that mean for him? What's going to happen? What's going to be the repercussions? Is he going to go to jail? Is he going to be dealt with? How does that work? What's the outcome for that? Because the way that lady was howling, crying, and snorting and snotting, and of course, I guess if you lose your kids, that's something to snort and snot about. Ah, but it's bad because when Royce was stepping forward and telling the people what was going on, what he was doing, what he wasn't doing, how everything was going, why didn't nobody believe her? Why didn't nobody jump up and go check on the kids, go check on him, go check on the life? I don't know. Then I heard that Stefan mama begging Cardi B. You know what is Poetic still in here? Cause I know she got the answers about the DL Whisper. If you still in here, Poetic, I almost called you by your name. I had to catch myself. If you still in here, I got a question about the DL Whisper, baby. Um, they say Stefan Mama begging Cardi to come back and you know be with him and be. Oh, she. Now let me go back. Okay, sidebar, y'all, cause I got somebody here that's got the tea. What is it? So my question earlier was, I had been hearing and seeing about the DL. He in jail, good for his ass. I didn't know why was he stalking Maddie. What was it? Did he want some of that Mendingo that she got? Because I don't know what he could be possibly whispering on her. She's an open book. She done told, tells, talks all the time about her life. There are no secrets to have. She got that thing and she gonna forever have that thing. So what is it? Is he infatuated? Do he have a crush on her or something? Why is he messing with Maddie? What did she do to him? I don't understand. And I really hadn't been that interested in him to listen to the videos, because I did see him on Tasha K. I couldn't even listen to that really. I wasn't. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to figure out, why is he after her? Is he on Gary Coleman payroll or some shit? Like, what's the deal with that? Can you tell me? Do he have a crush on her or something? And she ain't got the time for him, or what happened with that? Why? How did he? Oh my God! I know one thing. He better. Hey, apparently he's still locked up. That's probably where he probably want to stay. I'm wondering why you can't bail out. Since you running around spilling everybody tea, you ain't got the money to bail yourself out. You ain't got nobody you can call to come and bail you out. Like, what is his? Why did he go after Maddie? Is that something you can tell me on here or no? Because that's the one thing I haven't heard in a little bit that I've listened to. He was on Tasha K. They sent me some clips. I really didn't. I don't know. She might be typing. I'm waiting to see what she put up. While I'm waiting on her, let me go back to Stefan. Okay, I'm waiting on you, babe. Stefan mama allegedly is big in Cardi. And Cardi, listen, Cardi don't care less. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. I seen the video with Offset. He had the kids, right? Why Blossom looked like she wasn't a bit more messed up? Like, nigga, I don't know who you are, and I'm not coochie over you. The Blossom was sitting in the corner of the couch with her arms folded, slumped down, looking at TV like, do not disturb Lulu Mellon. I'm watching TV. I'm not talking. And he was just talking to a girl. She didn't even look his way. And I said, oh, that's right. He don't really have a relationship with Blossom. He's trying to form one. But look how long it's done take him to form and shit. She walking now, so I don't think she really care. Okay, so baby girl ain't putting nothing in the chat, so I guess that means she can't tell me on here, and that's okay. But I thought that was really interesting. And somebody put up a post and said that Cardi B liked one of Offset's posts. I didn't believe what I was seeing. I didn't care to believe it. I didn't even want to hear about it, because I know her and Upset, they are locked in generally for life when you got kids, but definitely for the first 18 years. Well, we know it ain't nothing else he can do for the kids but babysit them or do whatever. And I could understand if she wasn't even letting him babysit the kids. I could understand that totally. But for the simple fact that he is mentally unstable, he is very upset about what happened. Oh, here we go. Here we go. He saw Madison's video and decided he was going to defend. Madison responded to him. He then starts trolling her. Him was cloud chasing and him locked up now. Dumbass. You should have been whispering to the damn dog whisperer or somebody didn't be messing with an icon. Child, please. And what I had said was, I think he wanted some of that Mandingo, because why else? She ain't over there messing with you. Hell, I don't think I'd have never heard her talk about the man before. So why is you messing with her? She must got something you want, and she must have said you ain't my type, and I ain't gonna give you none. And then he just lost his mind. That's what I had thought. Did you see the first part? He, you said he saw Madison's video and decided. But listen, if Maddie did a video, if Maddie did a video about Don Juan, who cares? You know what I'm saying? If Maddie did a video about Gary Coleman, nigga, who cares? Like who are you to defend? Like I said, I take that as clout chasing, nigga. You went over there to defend. Nigga, you went over there to get your wig split. That's what the fuck you went over there for. Because you gonna learn running up on the bitch that ain't fucking with you. She done told y'all several times to leave her alone. But since y'all don't wanna listen, go on over there and get what you went for. Now what I want your stupid ass to do when they turn you loose, I want you to think you tiptoeing to tip your ass back over there one more time and go live so the people can watch an execution on live. Go ahead on and tip on back over there because I don't think you believe Fat Me Grease. How he gonna defend anybody when he can barely defend himself? And now look at him. Hair nappy. They done made him take the braids out. Ain't no do-rag on your head now. Now you sitting over there looking. You should be happy. I would think you and Dick Kevin, you locked up with all them danglings in there. You should be bending over trying to test some and get the, maybe that's why he ain't bailed out, because he where he want to be. Anyway, let me get back. Okay, so Madison did that leaks interview. Oh, the spiritual. Oh, oh, yeah, cloud chasing. Yeah, cloud chasing. But you know what? Again, the nigga still locked up. I don't know if he ain't got no bail money and he ain't got nobody to bail him out. Either way, he where he need to be until he get himself together. And then when he get out, he need to figure out how to get himself together and go on about his business. See, Maddie has been very, what is the word I'm looking for? She been pretty much easy on all of the street trash that's out there with something to say about her. She used to once upon a time get on here and blow y'all ass out the water, and it would be a key for days. As I stated earlier, she is definitely elevated. And y'all ain't on her level, so ain't no need for her to stoop down or squat down or bend over to respond or reply to any of you guys. And I'm happy that she doesn't. If she still is an occasional, she might have to go on and whip one of y'all upside the head once or twice and go head on. But for the most part, I don't really think she care nothing about y'all because she got it going on right now. She's making moves. Um, I'm so glad I that moved that damn, I can't think of the TV show. Sislo turned me on to the TV. Girl, I can't even think of the name of the show. Is it Hush? Punch? Whatever the show is, she over there playing baby. I binge watched it. I was in love. I'm loving her in these TV shows and stuff that's coming out in these movies. I am loving her. I'm loving all of the natural that she brings to the y'all better get into it. I'm telling you. And you know what? I don't even think I saw any promotion about the show, but if it wasn't for Sislo, I don't think I never would have knew nothing about it. But baby, it is bomb and you got to see it. And I do believe it's going to come back one more time. I told her, I said, even though they tried to kill all of the cast off, like, okay, this is the last season, so we're going to kill everybody off so that way we don't have to come back. Killing everybody off don't necessarily mean that that's the end of the movie, end of the show. No, because the detectives and all is still alive, and you could, have the detectives investigating the crime and finding out because everybody was linked to somebody somewhere, some fashion. And the more I talk about it, the more I attribute that movie being very close to the Epstein files because it's a lot like the files. I'm gonna send you my number. Oh, okay, baby. Um, so yeah, it was a really good movie, and I tell you, some of these TV shows is something. But let me tell y'all this before, cause I'm gonna have to step out to the car to have a little smoke session, and I don't know how the phone gonna act when I get out there. But let me tell you this before I go: be very careful, all you people that wear wigs. Be very, very careful about ordering wigs and anything else online. With the release of the artificial intelligence and the smart kids, their ability to figure out how to make AI work for them and make them money, um, it has turned into a very bad thing because people are clicking to order links to order wigs and stuff for the kids and the grandmama, and they doing all of the things and finding out that the link that they click, the wig that they pick, they put in the credit card, they did all of the things only to find out ain't no wig coming, but we got your money and we gone. So um you're gonna have to be careful. The people are not really talking about it, and we know that just because they ain't talking about it don't mean that it's not happening, right? We know this to be a fact. So um be careful. I told y'all several years ago after I placed my order on Temu, stay away from Temu. Leave Temu alone. I have warned you guys about a number of things, and listen, who am I? I'm just another human on this earth. Yeah, I'm not nobody that you should be listening to, but I will tell you this. I came on here and I told y'all who owned Temu. The same way I came on here and told you who owned Snapchat, who owned WhatsApp, who owned TikTok. Like I've been trying to tell y'all, and back when I was telling y'all back then, it didn't make a lot of sense to me why it was so important that we knew that. I know now why it's important because look at where we are. Here we are 6 years later from when I first started talking to y'all about this kind of stuff. And look, everything that came to the fruition. Now, I'm not claiming to be nobody special or nothing. It's just I was so shocked at the information that I was finding out that I wanted to share with my people. And yes, a lot of people have called me and several other people crazy for what we was trying to bring to the table and what's going on. But who y'all calling crazy now? I told y'all before you join these different platforms, before you start creating accounts everywhere going to talk, because honey, every time something new come up, y'all run to it. I ain't never been one to follow the Joneses. I want to wait and see because there's always some trickery to the madness when everything is happening. And I told y'all back then, y'all not reading the fine print. When somebody invited me to join the Snapchat, I read the fine print. When the people was trying to get me to go and join the Bigo, I was reading the fine print. The fine print is the key to everything because it says any images or video that you upload to the platform belongs to the owner of the platform. It is not yours. It is now theirs. I don't think y'all heard me. Let me see if I can simplify it. Identity theft is illegal, right? If you take my picture, my face, use my date of birth, my social security, my driver license, my address, my phone number, and say you're me, it's identity theft, right? You're trying to steal my identity. Whether you really are stealing it or not, you're using it and it ain't yours. So you stealing it. It's against the law. But for these platforms that tell you that and you proceed to make an account anyway, it's not theft and illegal because you've given them permission. You said it's okay. I'll let you claim my face as yours. I'll let you use my face to do whatever it is you want to do over there. And I know that y'all sharing my private information behind the scenes. It's okay. That's what you're doing every time you go and you sign up for the TikTok and the Snapchat and the WhatsApp and all of the other things that's out there. You're not reading the fine print and you don't even realize what you're giving up and what you're doing. I tell you something else. And it's not that I'm being hard headed, but based on everything that I've learned from 6 years ago, everything that I'm still learning to this day, I refused to. I don't want to play the game with them anymore. My whole life been a joke based on everything that's come out in the files and everything else that I've learned from my sister. I, I don't want to play their game anymore. So maybe you could call me rebellious. That's fine. I'll admit to it because here's the thing. I don't plan on ever getting a real ID. I'm not gonna play that game. I don't. It's a lot of stuff I'm not going to do. Same way I chose not to drink that Kool-Aid. I chose not to go get no extra packets like they was telling the people to do. I didn't do it. I'm not gonna do it. And you know what? Quiet as it's kept, they said another set of Kool-Aid issues about to come around. Apparently, in the United States, what was it? In January, I want to say in January, they said somebody came back from I don't know what country. They came back with the monkeypox and somebody else came back from another country and they brought some shit and so the people is been low key saying they gonna stop you can't come back from another country during that time. They said they was gonna stop the international travel and Don Juan kept saying keep your ass over here, don't go nowhere, but then they said they was gonna stop the people from coming in and they was bringing stuff back. And see, we as people, we've been stuck in this game of life under a bad set of rules for so long that now that the key to the lock has been broken off the door, we're not paying attention. If he get out, he better get somewhere. He sure better get somewhere and sit down. I said that earlier. I sure did. But here's the thing: we a lot of the stuff was put right in front of our eyes and we didn't see it as nothing because we didn't know any better. Now that the files have been released, now that more and more people are waking up, now that more and more people are being educated, it still takes sometime it takes somebody to come in and break it all down for you to make it make sense. Why do you think like I have to put it in a question so that the robots don't catch on. So if you think about a lot of stuff that was happening, for instance, when Don Juan said keep your ass over here, don't go nowhere. He said don't go out of the country. He gave everybody fair warning. People didn't listen. Now people are stuck and can't get home, right? Because all of this stuff that's going on, this is something that has been talked about and been discussed for 20 if not more years. Definitely it's been discussed and been planned out over the last 6 or 7 years, definitely without a doubt. But think about it. If you remember what happened the 4 years prior to this administration, and you watch what happened, if some of y'all wasn't mad with the decisions that was taking place, then that means you've never been paying attention, and so you out there by yourself. But for those people that were upset and didn't like it and appreciate a small portion of what's happening right now, then you stand a chance to understand. Why do you say, okay, why do you think he wanted to get all of the unknowns out from over here? Because he knew they was finna sneak somebody. They was finna give somebody a two-piece and a biscuit, right? So you don't want somebody else with a sleeper over here that you don't know about. Because while you over there trying to sneak somebody else, sneak a jab to the face, then they people already over here to get do us harm. So you gotta shake them. Now, when I think about the Minnesota situation, the Texas situation, the Wyoming situation. I told y'all when they was messing with the Minnesota, I said, do you guys know what's in Minnesota? Do y'all know what's in Wyoming? Do y'all know what's in Dakota? Do y'all know what's in Montana? Are y'all aware of how these states that ain't nobody been talking about, ain't nothing been happening? Has anybody taken just 5 seconds to look and see why those states are important to us? If not, you should. Minnesota, Montana, Dakota, Wyoming. Y'all check out some of them places. See, sometimes that's where the new identity people go, the people that's being protected. But more importantly, that's where them boys is at. And we did have a man to get up here and outlined all of those states that should have been kept a secret. He got up here and told the people exactly what we had in them states, as though he was playing for the other team. That's how I was looking at it. When he was just somebody out here sharing the information the same way I share it, but I'm on smaller platform. I'm over here on YouTube where a lot of that is not even allowed. So what I'm saying is not reaching a lot of people. But if I was over there on X or Facebook talking about it, I don't know who would have access to it. But I certainly wouldn't think that somebody from in another country would have access to it, but they most certainly can. They most certainly can. We tried to shake all of the unknowns so that we could go and slap a bitch real quick and not have to watch our back. We tried to shake a lot of the unknowns to stop them from coming in and sabotaging what we got going on. We and like I said before, I feel like, and there is no proof of this, this is just my personal feeling from what I've been watching, reading, and studying and trying to keep up with. I feel like Nasara Jasara is a plus for everyone, right? But I also feel like if you really gonna pull the full Nasara Jasara move and give us our 40 acres and a mule and some, then I feel like you being the person that you are, not you, but him, you being the person that you are and the chief and the way you feel about black and browns, I feel like you only want to give the 40 acres and a mule to those that are deserving of it, those that are out here working hard, struggling to make ends meet. You only want to share the wealth with those people. Those people come in all colors. Those people are not inclusive of people that are actually able, they might be struggling, but we are assisting them financially. When I say we, I mean taxpayers, the government, getting financial assistance through the government. I feel like those people, you are trying to get them up and moving. And this is, again, this is my personal opinion, and I could be very wrong. This is how I feel. I feel like you trying to get them up off of the Medicaid and government assistance. You want them to get up and find a way to start making their own money, get a job, do something, and don't fall on them so that you can get some of the 40 acres and a mule. That is my personal feeling, because one of the things that have the people upset in arms is kicking the people off the government assistance. Now, the way he presented it, the 2 years, you got 2 years and that's it. I agree with that to a certain extent. Apparently, the old people, anybody with special needs, Anybody that's have mental issues, those people were never affected and will never be affected. It's for the young and able-minded people. And I agree with that because while those people do need help, I do agree that they need help because when you have a baby, you can't just throw a baby in a daycare and think it's peaches and cream. These people is charging $300 and $400 and $500 a week to keep a newborn in the daycare. So, girl, you need some help with the daycare and the going to work or going to school. But I feel like a lot of them that are out here getting the assistance, they're not, the only thing that they're doing to take care of the kid is paying rent, like gas and water, and y'all paying half the rent for them. But they're out here spending three, four, five, $600 getting their wigs installed, getting jewelry, buying clothes to go out to find a man. But y'all ain't combing the baby's hair. Hell, we watch Krishan all the time. She keep her hair done, but I don't think that poor baby hair done ever been washed. And then she's so stupid, she had the nerve to get on camera in front at her boxing match and take a bottle of water and put some water on his head. She really is mentally deficient. Something really is wrong with her. She's not wrapped too tight. And I think the place that they're living at now, I believe they're living there because of the people that she's with, her boxing coach, her whoever's managing her boxing career. I think they set her and Krishan Jr. up with somewhere to stay. Now that's not gonna save her if CPS come. Um, but I mean, hey, it's better than sleeping in a car. But I'm really, really disappointed in her that she makes no attempt to even moisturize that baby's hair. So a lot of these girls, they're doing too much with our money, and they need to be sat down somewhere. If you're struggling, show me you're struggling. Because all of these girls that I'm seeing out here with two and three kids, and the kids looking bad, and the mamas is all in Gucci and all of this, that, and the third part, and wearing these frontals and these wigs, and they got their nails done. And child, I was in the nail shop with somebody, watched the lady get her nails done, and thought they were absolutely amazing. And then the man told her the nails was gonna be $210, and I almost fell out. Are you crazy? $210 for somebody to draw on your long fingernails, and that shit only gonna last about 2 weeks, and you got to come back and get it. Like, so I agree. Cut that shit off. Cut that shit off. I agree. And I'm sorry if it upsets anybody that may be affected by it. But as the girl said on the thing, till you do right by me, ain't no good gonna come your way. Do right by them kids. Y'all laid down and get them. Y'all didn't give a damn who you was having. Listen. I understand people say they don't believe in abortion. They ain't gonna never have no abortion. They gonna have their baby and they gonna keep their baby. And I done seen the women, married women, go out here and cheat on their husband and come back pregnant and gotta tell their husband that they want to keep the baby. Listen, do whatever you want to do, but you're gonna struggle while you do it. Because if you're not making some type of plan for yourself and the one child that you got, and you study out here popping out babies, then girl, you need to feel the wrath. Because that's what I feel like. I feel like he don't want to give the riches to people that are out here taking advantage of the money. And I also saw a video where they talked about him and his mission behind all of this. Well, I mean, I don't know, to each his own, but I agree if the people is misusing the funds, take it away from them and let them, make it the best way they know how. Because if you don't have family or friends that can give you a place to live, then now you're going to have to make it do what it do. Whether you have to go get a job at the stripper, on the strip pole, whether you got to go to the street corner, Ninth Street, and sell wolf cat. Whatever you got to do, you're gonna have to go and do it. because it's it's I don't know, it's not looking good. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. I got 1 foot in and 1 foot out on this whole kid thing, the rescuing of the kids, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because y'all been rescuing kids for the last 10 years, right? Y'all been busting up these little rings that they run around and they say they're gonna snatch these. Y'all been busting them up, snatching up the kids and all of this. But you know what I haven't heard anybody talking about is I haven't heard nobody talking about reforming CPS. Did y'all snatch up a couple of them and lock them up? Because I need to know who is y'all putting in office at the CPS house. Because you gonna need a new staff for all of the kids that's about to come their way. What are you talking about, BBK? Well, I'm glad you asked. The new kids that's coming their way is the parents, the kids, the mamas that's gonna get snitched out by the neighbors when they leave their kids in the house and go to the club. There are these people out here that's getting this, what is it called, melatonin, is it melatonin, whatever it is, they're giving these kids this drink to go to sleep so they can creep out. See, them people that getting snitched on, them kids, they're gonna start snatching up kids, putting them back in the system. The system is not good right now. So you putting new kids in a system that's still toe up, it's not a good thing. So who are the people that you finna start putting in charge of CPS? Because the kids finna start heading that way. Not just kids that's who parents got kicked off the government assistance. You got kids that's finna start coming that way because their mom and daddy got hemmed up in the PPP thing. Like it's finna be a lot of kids going into the system. Is the system ready? Has the system been improved? Because see, if you wasn't paying attention, I'm gonna tell you this and I'm gonna let you go. If you wasn't paying attention, even the people in Congress and the House and Senate, the politicians, even those people who are in the files wasn't enough for them. You still needed more evidence. And old Bundy set the trap and they all fell right in. Actually, they didn't fall, they walked in. Too stupid to realize it was a trap. When they gave them people them logins to let them go in and review the files, they didn't even know that they really reviewing you and what you reviewing, what you looking up. So they done set them up. They all done crucified their own self. So it was easy to get those in house because they didn't think fat meat was greasy. But the farmers are still out here talking about the animals and the crops and the different things that are going on out there. And a lot of stuff that's still going on in the world. The people out there telling y'all who is at fault, who signed the bill, who signed this, who agreed with it. And it always comes back to the Democrats. Always. So, I mean, if you're a Democrat, I don't fuck with you. Because y'all don't stand for right. And anybody that's standing with them and ain't doing their homework, y'all just as guilty and just as wrong as they are. So don't worry. As long as you riding with them, you will be on the short stick. Because all this new stuff, real ID, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third, all of that are the steps to put you in new motion, into a new program that nobody's really talked about. So be careful. Stay away from Temu. They owned by China. We know that they done been breached. We know that people's credit cards have been, you know, got hacked and got into. That TikTok, I believe TikTok is Russia. Snapchat is Muckerbird. He got the Snap. I believe he got the WhatsApp, the Facebook, and the Instagram. Who else? Bigo is supposed to be black owned. Black Twitter, I don't even know if it's still up and running. I thought I heard it was down. But Black Twitter was owned by what, two brothers? They couldn't even get along, and I believe that's how Black Twitter met its demise. But yeah, we're going to have to start sticking together. And to stick together, you got to know what you're fighting against and what you're standing against. And if you don't know, you better start reading and researching because we're in 2026. We're almost in the middle of 2026, which means we're halfway to the new transition. And nobody is ready for it because the man told you what he was going to do, and nobody's listening. Nobody's thinking, preparing, strategizing. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Because of what I learned, I changed my political stance. I'm going to say it that way, since so many people listening. I changed my political stance. I changed quite a few things. And I'm reading a lot more, looking into a lot more, and asking more questions. Be careful what you say online because everybody is listening. And I do know that Fauci at one particular point said something about they got to reduce the population so it's not over. They're still talking about a number that we need to hit. Um, I want to be around when they start giving out the 40 acres and a mule. I want to be here when the Sara Jasara is activated. And I want to be a witness. I want to be alive, and I want to be in receipt of those funds, and I want to see what it's like to be. I can't say rich, but to have a lot of money, more money than I've ever had in my life. I would very much love to see what that feels like. So I say all of that to say this: we go back to the voting booth in 2 more years. You better do your damn research. Because Don Juan coming back. He done told y'all. He done told y'all. Now, when they get these records from over there in Iran, Tehran, Bahrain, Beham, Bobam, and all of the other places over there that we fighting and doing all of the things with, that's not the end of the fight. That is still part of the beginning. So by 2028, you better have some idea of what side you standing for because we should all be able to see a change in America within the next 2 years. If you guys ain't seen it already, we should definitely see it in another 2 years. And listen, I know a lot of people lost family and friends to ICE. I know a lot of people had to go back to where they came from due to ICE. Um, and I'm sorry. But if he ain't gonna give the money out until he clear the board, then hurry up and clear the board because I'm ready. I'm ready to have hundreds of thousands in my bank account. I'm ready to live in a house energy free, no light bill. I'm ready to run the air conditioner on 7 that day in and day out and not have to worry about the light bill. I don't give a damn that you're going to up the taxes a little bit. I don't care. That don't hurt me at all. I'm ready. I want to be here. Before I die, I want to be able to get a taste of the pie. So we're definitely going to have to change, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't understand the facts behind it, see, everybody right now is talking and acting off of emotion because nobody wants to do the research. Nobody wants to do any look at the files. Nobody want to talk to people and get a better understanding. You can't do better until you know better, and until you do your research you really don't understand. Again, a lot of the people don't even know why we over there fighting. I have now told y'all why, so you have some understanding. We have been promised money, and them old evil demons, they still trying to find a way to hold it up and us not get it. But trust and believe, when he come back in 2028, I expect some funds. I expect to have received some of those funds so that I can trust that we're still on the right track to Nasara Jasara. And if you don't know what Nasara Jasara is, look it up. Let me spell it for you. Nesara. That's for Nasara. Jasara is Gesara. Look it up. Now it's on the internet. It wasn't once upon a time. 6 years ago it wasn't. It is now. Go look it up. Everybody's supposed to have their own house. It ain't all this homelessness. Why do we have all of this homelessness? The man did a video this morning, and I don't know what state he was in, but they putting up a whole housing community is being built somewhere. Now the man that did the video, he was what do you call them? The housing inspectors. I guess when the people are building houses up from the ground, they go out and inspect and make sure, the house has met all of the codes and compliances and stuff. And he was walking through the houses, baby, and he was like, nope, 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 nope. A lot of people would have looked at that video and been like, damn, they don't know how to build a house. That's all you saw from the video? Because what I saw was the video. That's what you get for letting all the Mexicans go. The Mexicans would have came here and throw that shit together, and everything would have been like it was supposed to be. And that may come off offensive to you. I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm just saying, Diego, Juan, Pablo, and Jose, they can put some shit together and meet meet the rules. They can do it all with the rules intact. So understand, y'all done kicked out some of the best workers, and you trying to get the rest of them to get up off their lazy ass and find a way to make money, have a talent, show your talent, start a business. They trying to get the people up off their ass and moving. But they're so set on being stuck in their ways, they don't want to do it. He ain't gonna give you no money if you ain't doing it, so you better try to find a way. They would have got that house done in a month or two, and it would have been up and nice. Sure would. That's what I'm saying, Sassy. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. If he would have let Hector them alone, they wouldn't have these problems. So understand, these people that you trying to kick off of the Section 8 and stuff, you're forcing them to go into the workplace. They don't have the tools to handle a customer. So you're going to start seeing more and more disrespect at companies. You're going to see more and more violence happening between the employee and the customer because they going back and forth going at it. We see the videos all the time of people going up in McDonald's, getting into it, fighting, tearing up the whole store, going in the back, throwing grease and shit on people. We see it all the time. It's going to get worse. So when I put those two sentences together, these people being forced out to do a job that they're not ready for, they don't have any training for, and here come the repercussions. When I see that, I said, well, hell, no wonder they keep saying that they need to reduce the population. What population y'all think they talking about? Colorism, or ignorism? Shout out to the tendernism man. Y'all think it's for racism or ignorism? I would say ignorism would probably be my best bet. Ignorism, absolutely. Because they need some keys to customer service before they deal with customers. And you're gonna have to be promoting managers who have the right mindset. It's not your money and it ain't your food. If the lady said they didn't give her no onions, can you put a little bit more on the sandwich? Give her a few little more onions in a little cup. See, one thing about the food industry is once they hand you your food, they not supposed to touch it again, and it ain't nothing they can do with it. If you open the plate and it ain't made right and you said this is not what I ordered, they gotta throw that in the trash unless somebody sneak it in the back to eat it. They have to throw it in it cannot be resold. It's called cross contamination, and we have enough of that going on. We got the little black guy, what's his name? Harvey Black, Stanley Black. He's the restaurant inspector. He filming. going in to inspect the different restaurants. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening, and it's bad things. Our food already being affected. Now your service gonna be affected. Your food, your restaurant visit is gonna be affected. Your visit to the post office is gonna be affected. When you call the light company to get a payment plan, is gonna be affected because a lot of big people are being forced out into the world, and a lot of people are hiring the more inexperienced ones because number one, you ain't got to pay them a lot of money. You can pay them the bare minimum. They just need a job. So you can take that hunger that they got for a job and educate them and groom them and teach them on how to improve and be better. So it's this going to turn into a whole nother world. And I'm gonna tell you something that I'm leaning into. I shouldn't tell you on here because I'm sure somebody else will beat me to it. And if that's God's plan, let His will be done. But I have definitely been considering um, teaching, and not teaching in school, teaching in the daycare. I'm talking toddler teaching. Toddler's not even eligible for kindergarten. I'm talking teaching in the daycare, and when I say teaching, because who's teaching a toddler other than their parents? That's the problem right there. When I watch how them kids over in Japan, Tokyo, China, Korea, when I see them 2, 3, 4, 5 year olds counting and learning because they have a different teaching strategy over there and it works. They're all brilliant kids. They come out very smart, very intelligent. That's because of an early start and a quicker way to learn. Over here, we've gotten lazy. We quick to give a kid an iPad, quick to throw them in front of a TV, quick to cut on some music instead of putting on something that can teach them and have their mind activate their thinking process. We've gotten very lazy in America, and we need to do better. And that is definitely something that I am thinking on and I've really been thinking about because I don't want all of the overhead. I don't want to have to worry about getting the building because I got to insure the building. I got to make sure the building is up to code. I got to do all of that. Then, in order really really get the funding, that means I got to, apply for this, that, and third, and become engaged with the government to get. So I don't want to go that route. So I have decided on something a little bit different. Um, and yeah, it is something that, yeah, we can do online so that nobody has to struggle with dropping the kid off. Nobody got to fuss and argue with the boss about leaving early to pick the kid up or calling somebody to come and pick the kid up. Because one thing about daycare and school and all of that, I'm not the right one for you to be late coming to pick your child up from school. I will have the police and the CPS come and pick them up for you, and then you can go pick them up from wherever the hell they take them. I'm not gonna that's not gonna be a part of my program. So it's a lot to think about and it's definitely something that I'm interested in, but um it's I have so much going on in my personal life right now that I can't seem to focus to get any of that accomplished. So, I'll work on it as I can. So with that being said, I'm not sure it's much else to talk about. I did hear that they fired Stephon. He is no longer with the Patriots. They let him go, and I suspect that was going to happen. I believe that they was going to let him go whether the Patriots won the Super Bowl or not, just because of all of the shit that he got in. And I'm going to tell you something else. If it's true what they're saying about his mama is begging Cardi to take him back, girl, Carter spent 1.2. She threw away $1.2 million planning a party for him that did nobody even attend. So that was all of the money you gonna get out of her. She is not gonna take him back. You're not gonna have her money, the cameras, or her clout to enjoy. She's gone. She's lost. That's over with. And the way I hear it, um, the people claim they had a problem. Where's the keys? Now the keys was just in my pocket. The people had a problem with Pre. The Pre was the one that had the people upset with him. Where's my keys? That's how the story came out to me, was that she was up they was upset with what she was doing. Now I got to try to find my keys. Lord have mercy, the devil is alive. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for coming over, and I'm glad I can hang out with y'all, but I gotta get in here and find my damn keys. I'm trying to go outside and have a little session. All right,